just be yourself, because life is too short to just hide who you are.
What kind of started this whole thing is I'm an actor, and so I played a transgendered woman role, and all my friends were like, wow, you're really pretty. And I was like, well, I mean, I know, but thank you. And so then I was like, well, I mean, that only makes sense that I'm pretty and then I'm good at fashion.
We were at a little party at my boss's house, and so he was just talking about how he does drag, and he's really good friends with the so-on performer Cheetah, if y'all ever heard of her. And so she just was there. We were talking, we were mingling. They were like, Sally, you're too extra for this. You need to be on stage. You need to do this.
My first drag experience in New York City, I was cast in a play that was at NYU. A friend of mine was a directing student, and he put me in his senior project. So it was a Moliere play called The Seductive Countess, and of course I was the Seductive Countess.
I am transgender, so I live my life as a transgender woman. I love doing hair. I love doing makeup.
So it's a lot of sleeping, and then when I'm not sleeping, I'm working at the gristmill.
So my day-to-day life sort of revolves around Stonewall and booking events and performing in shows, doing the social media. So my life revolves around nightlife.
It's separate from like my day life. I think people really think that like we want to be women, or that we're women all the time, and then like this is getting dressed up to like be our true selves, which is like a load of bullshit.
I think one of the misconceptions is that we all want to be women, or that we want to have a sex change.
I feel in my place, just because I'm transgender and I do drag, people are like, okay, you're confused. And I think that's the biggest stigma about it. I know where Solo starts and Solo ends and Bambi begins. It's not you have two personalities, you're just giving off a different side of you.
I mean, as an actor in general, I always like to be on stage and having an audience. In a way, it's very weird to be up there like in your performing zone, and then you're like, people are screaming at you and trying to hand you money. But also, I'm turning the party. Like, you feel great, and at the same time, your feet really hurt.
That's why I do it in the end. It's that exchange of energy. It's fleeting, it's intoxicating, it's rewarding. Payoff is that feeling of entertaining people and having that energy exchange, and you never know whose life you're gonna touch.
We need to be accepted. We need to be loved. We need to be taught that we are one. We are human. We are who we are. And that's what we need to be taught.
It is to not be afraid of yourself, you know, whatever that is, whoever that is, you know. If you have the inclination to put on a wig and some high heels and a ton of makeup, if you feel that that is inside you, go ahead, do it. You're powerful.
It takes a lot of money to look this bad.
Bobcat-thon is a 12-hour event held in the LBJ Student Center Ballroom. The event is part of a national dance marathon. More than 400 institutions take part to raise funds for local children's hospitals. Texas State's chapter, Bobcat-thon, is raising funds for the Dell Children's Medical Center.
We have really cool performances coming in. We have games. There's a line dance that we teach at the top of every single hour. We have fundraising challenges. There's free lunch and dinner for everybody who registers. And you get to also hear from patients from the hospital. So we're having the actual Miracle Kids from Dell Children's come and kind of share their story, and they get to hang out with us for the day.
Last year marked the first Bobcat-thon at Texas State, and it brought in more than $7,000. This year, the goal is $12,000.
It's kind of rooted because Dell Children's is actually turning 12 in 2019. And also, a fun fact, Texas State turned 120 years old in 2019. So using the 12, that's where we got our goal from.
Bobcat-thon offers an opportunity to have fun, get moving, and give back to the community. Members say the event is not just a dance marathon, but an experience to interact directly with those whose lives they are helping to change.
Just really getting to hang out with those kids and play with them and dance with them and watch them interact with college kids was really fun.
Bobcat-thon will take place Sunday, April 7th in the LBJ Student Center Ballroom from 10 in the morning until 10 at night. To get involved with Bobcat-thon, you can find a link to register on their Instagram page at BobcatTHON. For Bobcat Update, I'm Cartney Sharp. The Student Government Senate at Texas State recently voted to ban the conservative group Turning Point USA from campus after accusations of hate speech. The decision came following one of the longest Senate meetings in the school's history. The meeting was full of tears, anger, and screams as both sides debated for more than 3 hours.
This body right here has been corrupted by an organization that has made it an overt agenda, that their goal is to corrupt our campus.
Absolute ideological conformity. That is what this piece is moving us towards, and that is why I'm opposed to it.
Student behavior at the Senate meeting caught the attention of Governor Greg Abbott, who stated in a tweet that schools like Texas State should not receive state funding if they don't stand in support of the First Amendment.
The argument that this is about free speech is entirely crafted by conservatives to gain media attention.
Who are you to tell us who we can speak or not? Who are you?
The raucous meeting also gained national attention. Many commentaries have been written regarding student behavior during the meeting and the Senate's attempted infringement on freedom of speech. The student government president vetoed the decision, and the university's administration addressed the Senate's lack of authority to ban the group from campus.
After 3 hours of intense debate, the bill did not pass. If you want to get involved in issues like this on campus, you can always contact the student government or attend one of their meetings held every week at 7 p.m. in the LBJ Student Center Teaching Theater. For Bobcat Update, I'm Cartney Sharp.